Random greetings, everyone. Don't know if my audio is recording. Yes, it is. Random greetings, everyone. It's Random, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't have anything to do, so I decided let's get back on Wattpad because I noticed. Well, I was going through my stuff because I was working on a Gacha Live video. But I was going through my videos, my allergies. I was going through my videos and I realized that I only posted, I think, 2 Wattpad videos. So I was like, let's post another one, even though I can't read. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. The story we're reading today is the Henry Stickmin Collection AU. I am obsessed with anything that's Henry Stickmin right now. Musicals and Henry Stickmin, they are right now my life. The story is by Emu12345667. If you do have Wattpad, go follow her. And let's read what's it called? The thing is, at the back of the books have the information. Look, I don't read books, I wouldn't know. It says Charles is captured by the Top Hat clan, oblivious to the fact that Henry is their leader. Before he knows it, Henry is letting him roam the airship and making Charles fall for him. Great. I'm very happy. Let's see. Now let's get started with the introduction. Charles woke up drowsily, lifting his head slightly. Had he been knocked out? Yes, he had. He had crashed his helicopter on a mission, but where was he? Charles hadn't thought he was anywhere close to anything. His shoulders were restrained by 2 other people. He was being dragged along a hallway. Charles flicked his eyes up to see multiple people following him. They all had top hats. The Top Hat clan, Charles realized with a sick feeling. He wanted to gag. He wanted to throw up. He couldn't. He couldn't see any details. His vision was too blurry. After trying so hard, Charles had to give up and fall back to unconsciousness again. The Top Hat King. Charles awoke later. He was stretched in the air. He had cuffs over his hands, connected by a green line of sparky electricity. There was nothing on his feet, but that probably didn't matter. He couldn't move. Charles blinked his eyes open and immediately tried to swing his legs forward. He didn't know what he was trying to do. Nothing happened. Hello? Oh, that's not a question. There's like saying, oh, okay, wait, I gotta sound like mysterious. Hello, somebody said. Their voice echoed through the small round room. Charles looked up to see a top-hatted, tall being in the doorway. Lights shone behind them, so Charles couldn't see their face. A big cape flew out from behind them. Who are you? Charles snapped. No need to snap. I thought we were friends. The being stepped in. The door closed, and Charles could see his face. Henry? Charles explained. You monster! I'm not a monster, just leader of the Top Hat clan, Henry stated. He looked interested in talking to Charles, amused. You're the leader? Charles screamed. Henry chuckled. Charles groaned, trying to twist around to free himself. You betrayed us. I trusted you. I trusted you, Henry? Charles cried vainly, stretching his arms away to free his hands. Well, maybe you should choose who you trust better. Henry shrugged. But I'm going to get right to the point. You were spotted around our base in your helicopter. You crashed it soon after. Charles narrowed his eyes. Clearly you haven't changed much from your old ways, Henry chuckled. Anyways, I'll let you go on one condition. Charles gritted his teeth. Join the Top Hats. Henry walked forward and brushed his fingers over Charlie's cheek. Never, Charlie shouted. Well then, you're staying here until you join. Wow. So, I keep forgetting. Henry, because I'm pretty sure if Charles is the Top Hat, I don't want to be a spoiler to the game if nobody spoiled it, but if Charles is in the Top Hat clan, his name is Bert. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Henry's name stays the same. Henry smirked and pressed the button. The cuffs opened and dropped Charles. Charles stood up staring at Henry. "What are you doing?" he asked slowly. "What are you doing?" he asked slowly. "I'm not keeping you in the cuffs, Charles." Henry chuckled. "You can roam the airship without being a top hat for now with my permission. I'll make sure the other top hats won't hurt you." Henry raised Charlie's chin with his hands. Charles scowled. "But you best know that every day I will ask you about joining the top hat thing. Soon you won't be able to resist. I trust that you'll turn into a top hat soon." Henry laughed. "No way. I'll never be a top hat," Charles growled. Henry took his hand away from Charles' chin and turned away, arms crossed. "You can't fight fate, Charles," Henry stated over his shoulders, opening the door. Charles stormed out. Where do you think you're going, Charles?" Henry called down the hallway. Charles stopped. "You don't know your way around the airship yet. You may need a tour." Soon Henry was standing over him with a smug grin. "Sir," someone called the hallway. Henry and Charles turned to see a man with slightly crooked top hat on, curly brown mustache. "Yes. I don't know how to say your name. Reginald? And is that the right hand?" "Yeah, that's right hand man." "Oh, I know his voice, but does he sound like German?" I know who that is. Like, I know him, but I just can't, because I'm going to do his voice. Okay, we're just going to have to go with it. Henry raised his eyebrow. "Sorry for disturbing you, sir, but General Gale Force demands a call." "What in the world?" "Oh," Reginald said, sobbing. Henry turned to Charles with a thoughtful, sly expression. "Guess we should give an update on his son." "Eh?" he asked with a slight giggle. Charles breathed deeply. "Sorry, adopted son, I forgot." "Oh, that was so disrespectful, Henry." General Gale Force. Was he mentioned in the game? He probably was, and I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Oh, don't mind my sniffling. I can't say it's allergy season because that's most likely spring, but it's allergy season. It's getting cold, and my allergies decided to act up. Henry grabbed Charlie's arm and took him to a room with a big screen. It turned on. Oh, that's the I just realized who that was. I don't know his last name. That's just the general, I think. Henry. Oh wait, I read that. Took him to a room with a big screen. It turned on, and General Gale Force was there. He had his arms crossed. "Ah, hello, General Gale Force," Henry greeted him. Charles sighed, realizing he was not visible to his father. I know Charlie is with you, so where..." Oh wait, that's him talking. "I know Charlie is with you, so where is he?" Gale Force demanded. "No need to snap, he's right here." Henry pulled Charles out from behind him. "Charlie, are you okay?" General Gale Force cried. "I'm fine," Charlie assured him. "Let him go, STICKMIN," General Gale Force ordered. "Why would I do that?" "I decided that he'll stay here until he agrees to become a top hat." Henry exclaimed innocently. "I'll never become a top hat," Charles snapped. "You don't have much of a choice at the moment," Henry pointed out. "We're coming to get him," Gale Force warned. "You don't know exactly where we are, Gale Force." Henry smiled. "I'm sorry I'm giving them the same voice. I'm trying to remember all their voices at once." Dad, where at?" Charles exclaimed before Henry pushed him against the wall. "Charlie!" Gale Force gasped. Henry pinned Charles and leaned in. He smirked and disconnected the call. Just before he grabbed Charlie's chin with his hands, lifting it up. "Are you really gonna give away our location? It wouldn't have worked anyway. We would have moved past where you crashed. We've moved past where you crashed," Henry declared softly. Charles got a sick feeling. What are you gonna do? He demanded. Henry smirked devastatingly. Oh my goodness, first of all, as with Papa, but second of all, I hope I don't have to read no smut. Alright, y'all, so this chapter is literally called Henry the Flirt. And the first line, in the first sentence, time to get into this. He kissed Charles. Charles stared at Henry, eyes narrowed in disbelief. Henry disconnected his lips from Charlie's and put his hand on his hip. His hip, like, okay, let me stop being dumb. Charles pressed himself against the wall, stunned. Henry eventually stepped back. Charles gritted his teeth. Excuse me, still too shocked to speak. Let's give you the grand tour of the airship, shall we? Henry grinned. Charles numbly let Henry take his hand and lead him around the ship. This is a cockpit. I think it speaks for itself. Of course, you know how to drive one of these things. Maybe when you join the clan, you can join the cockpit, Henry smirked. Anyway. Oops. Anyway, back into this hallway. Do not mind the background noise. Anyway, back into this hallway. There's the vault. We keep our treasures in here, including the giant ruby. Henry looked triumphant to have her. I never knew what that word meant. I'm probably just slow. You stole all of these things, Charles growled. I know you'd approve of that, but do you really have any power here? Henry scoffed. Charles grumbled. Past that is the brig, and in a different direction is the armory, which leads to the viewing deck. Henry waved away those rooms. Then there's a cafeteria in the engine room, but I really can't show you the whole airship. Well then, can you at least introduce me to the crew? Charles muttered. Great idea, you're fitting in great already, Henry grinned. Charles sighed as Henry led him to the cafeteria. Most of the crew was there. They were all wearing top hats. Charles gagged in disgust. A red-haired lady with sparkly green eyes stood up immediately at the sight of Henry. Oh, hello. Where have you... I know who this is. I gotta think of a voice to give Ellie. Oh, hello. Where have you been? She asked, walking over to them. Now, who is he? The girl immediately curled her fist. Ooh, something has to go down. Sorry, broke silence. He works for the government. Stand back, sir. I'll take care of him. No, Henry said, flatly thrusting his arms in front of Charles. But, sir, the girl blinked, startled. He's a prisoner, yes, but he's an old friend, Ellie, and I will make sure he is left unharmed. Henry growled, briskly flicking his cape back off his shoulders. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Henry. Ellie stammered, backing off. Now, where is right-hand man? Henry asked, retracting his arms back to a neat fold behind his back. With Reginald, Ellie replied. I see. Wait, with Reginald, Ellie replied. I see. Are they kissing off duty? Henry joked. Not that I know about. Of course, you could never be too sure with them. I'll go check. Ooh, that's a ship, too. The Reginald extra right-hand man, that is a whole entire ship. I love them. I should read a story about that, I bet. Where was I? Ellie giggled, walking away. Charles blinked, looking around. It was a huge room with long blue tables and a big window taking up the whole wall. He walked over to it and cupped his hands on the window, staring out. It was rather beautiful. It was a lush green forest. That's all he could really see. It didn't have a huge sign over it. Saying you are blank. That would be practical for Charles to know. Metal footsteps behind him snapped him out of his thoughts. He turned around in surprise and terror to see a half-robotic man. He had a top hat, a red mustache, and metal legs, and one cybernetic arm. Never heard that word before. Half his face was also metal, with one glowing eye. with one glowing red electronic eye. He has like a really... The right-hand man has a Reginald... I don't know if it's Reginald the right-hand man. I think that's the right-hand man. That's the right-hand man. He has like a really... They all sound kind of German. But I don't have an offensive German accent. Yeah, I don't want to be offensive. So, who are you? He demanded in a robotic monotone voice. I'm Charles? Charles stammered, backing up against the window. The cyborg was significantly taller than Charles, though he was to be expected. Charles was rather short. Same Charles. The only people who could see that were tall as him. Were tall as him were that girl named Ellie and a blonde boy with a blue hat. Soft spots. It's alright, right-hand man. This is just our temporary prisoner. Henry laid his hand on the cyborg's shoulders. He was taller than RH. That's what we just gotta call him. We gotta call him Man. He's taller than Mr. Man. Charles found, but only by a little. But why is he not in a cell? Mr. Man acts still defensive. I would have not to bear to have an old friend locked up in a cell, no matter if he's a prisoner or not. Henry chuckled. Mr. Man flicked his gaze to Henry. You got a soft spot for him or something? He asked gruffly. You could say that. In the same way you have a soft spot for Reginald, Henry contradicted. Mr. Man stood up straight. I don't know what you're talking about. He cleared his throat swiftly. Pay him no bill. He's just grumpy that he got caught making out with Reggie. Henry followed him with his eyes for around 50 seconds before he snapped his gaze back to Charles. He likes who? Charles acts relaxing a bit now relaxing a bit now that he knew he was gone. Reginald, you know that one who interrupted our date? Henry smirked. It wasn't a date. It was just you trying to show me around the airship. Charles corrected, obviously unamused. Who does he think he is? Flirting with me? He betrayed me. And the whole government. He should be ashamed, not smug. Top Hat Entertainment. How many chapters to this story are there? A lot? I don't want to spoil anything. Okay. You take all the fun out of everything, darling. But don't worry, I have more. Henry teased with a wink. Charles scoffed. Henry, if I'm your prisoner, you should treat me as one. Besides, I don't think your clan is used to seeing you like this. Henry flipped his gaze to the clan, where a few watched him with bemused expressions. Let them watch. Oh my goodness. Let them watch. He turned his gray eyes back to the Charles. Sir, are you too busy to chat? Ellie asked, holding a clipboard under her arm. She looked unamused, but Charles knew that she was holding in her laughter. No, go ahead. Henry stood up straight, arms really neatly behind his back. Okay, there's a news report that says the government does in fact know where we are. Ellie took the clipboard out from her arm and recited from it. They are coming soon. We should be prepared. I hate my life. We should be prepared for it, though. I think Bert's on the lookout, and Mr. Man can scout around the outside and watch and warn us about any approaching military machines. Okay, I was trying to see who's reading. Hold on. Why won't you just let them come in? They're here for me, and if you let me go, I'm sure they'll cause you no trouble. Charles vowed. I'll make sure of it. Henry turned back to Charles. I'm not letting you go, he said. Period. But that'll call off the whole mission, Charles protested. But why would I want that? Fights excite the Top Hat clan. If I call it off, we'll get the clinics enriched. I need to update my vocabulary. I don't know what half these words mean. Henry, I probably do, but I just don't. I've never heard them in the way that they're the way that they are in a sentence. Henry acts leaning over to Charles. Charles backed up against the window. Go ahead with the plan. Henry waved Ellie away. Yes, sir. Ellie nodded and ran off, still eyeing the clipboard. You're a monster, Charles muttered. I would only ever betray the government. I'd never betray the combat plan. Henry smiled innocently. Sir, maybe a bit too late for Mr. Man to alert us. He sighed. What? Henry shouted. Alrighty. So, I guess stuff was about to go down in the next thing is called ambush. But you know what I would do? I would be a terrible person and not read the whole thing. I was planning on it, but my video is already 20 minutes long. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. It for today. If you guys want me to continue this video, you want to hear me reading stories or fan fiction, first of all, you can leave me suggestions down below. I will consider them. I can read anything. Yeah, I can read anything. The stories on Wattpad though, or you can send me some comic ideas. What was I gonna say? I love you all so much. Make sure y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't ever forget to stay safe and stay random.